Okay, we now have a very complicated chart, but you can see what all's going on. Here's the last 15, 18 years of the brilliant period approximately, and we have the basic items that we had in all of them: the inventory, the warehouse, and the metal. We have blown blanks and we have figured blanks. We have the annealing room that both of them go through, and again, with each type of blank, certain select pieces have to have the tops and the bases cut, and others go directly into the warehouse to be cut. We now have an order line that's not even on here because the blown blanks are still down here, the figured blanks are up there, but it gets a little more complicated when it comes out of the warehouse. Let's start over on this side. There are still a small amount of items that receive special order work by one man. It's very limited, and it's not a high volume item, but for special orders, for jewelry stores or special presentation pieces, there is one man, some one-man work done, and they would have 2 or 3 old-timers that were very good at this. The figured blanks that come out of the warehouse go to the smoother to put on the balance of pattern. See, because the rougher has already, the work was done by the mold, and then once the balance of the pattern is done, it goes into the acid polish shed, and then out of there into a final polish and perhaps a repolish, and then into inventory. Blown blanks coming out of the warehouse go to the rougher, then to the smoother, but the polish is done down here in the acid polish shed. Then when it comes out of that, it goes into the final polish and some repolish. Also, because some factories were located so far from where there were other glass houses that the acid process, the acid baths, those were not economical for 1 or 2 companies to try to do. And in glass areas where there were a number of companies, it was far more practical for someone to set this operation up and everyone else subsidized them. So acid baths were expensive, and some houses refused to do these for various reasons, including geography. Okay, over in here out of the warehouse, a small quantity is set aside for intaglio and engraving, as always. The undecorated blanks are set aside to sell to other cutting houses, and figured blanks with special patterns ordered by specific cutting houses. Blank molds generally are supplied with the blank order. If you had a small operation and you came up with a pattern that you liked and you could have a mold made of that by somebody, you would supply that to the blank house and they would make your piece and only you would use it, and they would send it to you, and as long as you provided them with a blank, it wasn't a problem. So here you have up to the end, and then into the inventory, and finally packing and the signing, or in, let's hope, the other order, signing and then packing. So this is the way the brilliant period looked at the end, and if you'll recall how it looked way back in the beginning,